We're in a 2012 Ford F150. We're going to do the FORTIN plug-and-play remote starter. I'm going to show you how it's done. I'm going to start with the 7mm. We're going to remove the 7mm screws from under the dash. I'm going to remove the lower dash panel. I'm going to pull the 8mm screws from the protection cover plate. I'm going to take a 5.5mm socket. I'm going to remove the 3 bolts from underneath the steering column. We're going to take our plastic tool. We're going to pop the column down, plastic here. We're going to remove the lower steering column cover. I'm going to locate the main ignition plug. We're going to unplug it by pressing the clip and removing the main ignition plug. Also need the immobilizer plug, which is located right here. So you can see it here. We're going to unplug the immobilizer plug as well. So we've unplugged the main ignition and we've unplugged the immobilizer. We'll also need to connect to can high and can low located at the diagnostic. We're going to remove the 2 7mm screws that hold the diagnostic plug on, and we're going to pull the plug over the top. We're going to remove some of the electrical tape so we have access to the can high and can low wires. We're looking for the can high and can low at the plug, which will be the gray and orange and the violet and orange. We're going to apply our 3M T-taps to these wires. We're making sure that the wire is in the groove before we lock the taps. Then after we lock them, we're pulling on them a little bit to seat the connectors properly. We're going to plug in the T-harness. We're going to plug the T-harness into the vehicle. And we're going to plug the immobilizer plug into the immobilizer connector on the T-harness. Then we're going to plug in the main ignition plug back into the ignition of the vehicle from the T-harness. Then we're going to plug the T-harness's immobilizer plug into the immobilizer connection. At this point, our Evo should look like this. We are also going to connect the can high and the can low wires as well to the diagnostic plug. Our wire labeled can high, or our gray wire from the Evo, will go to the gray with an orange stripe on the vehicle. Our can low, or gray and black, from the Evo will go to the violet with an orange stripe on the vehicle. At this point, we are ready to program the Evo All. To program the Evo All, we want to remove all the plugs to the Evo. Programming is going to be done in 2 steps. There's a data portion and a transponder portion. We're going to program the data portion first. To program the Evo, hold the programming button on the top of the Evo down while placing the 4-pin data plug in. We want to release when the blue light lights up. If we miss it, it will cycle back around to solid blue and will release the program button. At this point, we want to plug in all the connectors into the Evo All. Plug in the 20 pin. We're going to plug in the red plug on the back, and we're going to plug in the can high and can low connection that is on the white plug. With all the plugs plugged into the Evo, we're going to take the OEM key, we're going to place it in the ignition and turn the ignition to the on position. At this point, the blue light is going to flash rapidly. The data portion of the programming is complete. We will shut the key off and remove it from the ignition. Programming the transponder portion of the remote starter require two OEM keys, key 1 and key 2. To begin programming, we're going to unplug the 4-pin plug only. We're going to hold the programming button while plugging in the 4-pin plug. We're going to release when the blue and the red LED are on this time. Okay, at this point, we are ready to begin programming of the Evo All. The programming steps must be completed in a rapid manner. So I would suggest laying the keys out so you have quick access to key 1 and key 2, keeping track of which one is key 1 and which one is key 2. To begin the programming, we're going to put key 1 in the ignition and turn it on for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. We're going to take key 1 out, put key 2 in, turn it on for 3 seconds. 2, 3. At this point, we're going to shut it off, take key 2 out, put key 1 back in, and turn the ignition on. The Evo All is now programmed. From this point on, we can engage the remote starter by locking the doors 3 times with the factory remote.